28 wins. One loss. That one loss? Over 10 years ago. 2 divisions. 2 belts. The longest winning streak in UFC history. Tied with the greatest of all time. Islam Makhachev is not just the best fighter on the planet right now. He might be the most complete fighter the sport has ever seen. And today, we're going to break down exactly why nobody can beat this man. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Islam Makhachev, the UFC welterweight champion, former lightweight champion, and the current #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the entire world. Fighter of the Year 2025, 2-division champion, 16-fight win streak, matching Anderson Silva's all-time UFC record. This man has done everything in this sport. So today we're asking the question, is Islam Makhachev genuinely unbeatable? Let's break it down. Let's start with the numbers because they are absolutely insane. Islam Makhachev holds several UFC lightweight records. The longest winning streak at 14, the most title fight victories at 5, the most successful title defenses at 4, and the highest significant strike accuracy at 59.5%. And that's just at lightweight. After defeating Jack Della Maddalena at UFC 322, he tied Anderson Silva's mark for the longest winning streak in UFC history with 16 consecutive victories and became only the 11th double champion in UFC history. His only professional loss? It came over 10 years ago. A decade. An entire decade of dominance, growth, and evolution, with not a single man being able to stop him. In 2025 alone, he submitted Renato Moicano in round 1 at UFC 311, then moved up 15 pounds to welterweight and dominated Jack Della Maddalena over 5 rounds to claim that belt too. He entered 2025 as the lightweight champion and the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and ended it still holding down the top pound-for-pound spot, but wearing the welterweight title instead. That is not a resume. That is a legacy. Now let's talk about why. Why can't anybody beat this man? It starts with his wrestling. And it's not just good wrestling. It's suffocating, soul-crushing, will-breaking wrestling. Islam doesn't just take you down. He keeps you down. He pins you against the fence, controls your hips, kills your posture, and systematically dismantles your spirit round after round. You can't scramble away. You can't stand back up. You can't breathe. And while you're stuck there, exhausted and desperate, he's calm. He's patient. He's setting up the submission. On the ground, Makhachev prefers to wear opponents down with top pressure and gradual positional advances rather than immediate ground and pound. His submission game is particularly dangerous from the top, especially his arm triangle choke, which he has used to finish several UFC opponents. This is a man trained since childhood by the Dagestani system, the same system that produced Khabib Nurmagomedov. The same system that has never produced a losing fighter at the elite level. And Islam? He might be the most technically refined product of that system ever. Here's what casual fans get wrong about Makhachev. They think he's just a wrestler. He's not. Not anymore. Despite being known for his grappling, Makhachev has developed a measured and increasingly effective striking game, often using feints and southpaw kicks to manage distance until he finds an opening for the clinch or takedown. That means you can't just box him. You can't just stay on the outside and pick him apart, because the moment you get comfortable on the feet, that's exactly when the takedown comes. He uses his striking as a trap, not just a weapon. He walks you into the clinch. He baits you into exchanges. And when you bite, you're on your back within seconds. The highest significant strike accuracy in UFC lightweight history at 59.5%. That's not a wrestler who throws wild punches. That's a calculated, precise striker who never wastes energy and always lands with purpose. But here's what truly separates Islam from everyone else: his mind. This man does not panic. He does not rush. He does not get emotional inside the octagon. You can hurt him. Poirier wobbled him, and he still won comfortably. You can trash talk him. You can try to get in his head. You can bring the loudest crowd in the world. And Islam Makhachev will still walk out to the center of the cage with the same ice-cold expression and execute his game plan to perfection. His style blends control and patience. often forcing opponents into prolonged defensive positions where they struggle to mount any offense. That's not just physical, that's psychological warfare. He makes you feel hopeless. He makes you feel like there is no answer. And once a fighter starts feeling that way, the fight is already over. He faced almost no resistance against Moicano, a fighter whose unpredictable game has given many elite fighters real problems, and left him wondering after the fight if it was ever possible to beat the champ. That's the kind of dominance that breaks people mentally long before the submission locks in. And then there's the factor nobody can replicate: Khabib Nurmagomedov in his corner. Khabib is not just a coach. He is one of the greatest MMA fighter of all time, a man who retired undefeated, a man who understands every single problem an opponent might throw at Islam because he's seen it all. He has already solved every puzzle. He's been in every storm. And now he pours all of that knowledge directly into Islam between rounds. The adjustments Islam makes mid-fight are not accidents. The game plan shifts, the tactical patience, the ability to never be surprised. That all comes from a camp built around the sharpest MMA mind on the planet. You're not just fighting Islam Makhachev when you step in that octagon. You're fighting the entire Dagestani system with Khabib Nurmagomedov calling the shots. So, is there anyone who can beat this man? The very best the promotion has to offer right now are Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria, reigning UFC champions, 2-division champs, and the active top 2 pound-for-pound fighters in the world. And Topuria is the one name that makes the MMA world genuinely nervous for Islam. The knockout power, the grappling, the obsession, it's real. That fight, if it ever gets made, is a genuine 50-50. But beyond Topuria, nobody has a convincing blueprint. Nobody has the complete package to handle Islam's wrestling, his submissions, his striking, and his mental toughness all at once. Every contender has a path on paper. None of them feel real when you actually watch Islam fight. Islam Makhachev is unbeatable right now. Not because he's perfect, but because his style, his training, his mind, and his system combine into something that the current generation of fighters simply does not have an answer for. 16 wins in a row, 2 belts, 1 loss over a decade ago. The number 1 pound-for-pound fighter alive. Is Islam Makhachev the greatest of all time? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? We break down the biggest fights in MMA every week. See you in the next one.